Several developers are doubling down this week with new sequels announced for Counter-Strike, City Skylines, and Dead Island 2 extended gameplay trailer.
And Starfield finally got a release date. Unfortunately, it's not as soon as we'd hoped. We're going to talk about all this stuff and much, much more right now on Gaming News Weekly. Gaming News Weekly is back. We are the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest things happening in the video game industry. And we're back with more exciting news. My name is E-Rock the Red. I'm joined every single week by Full Clip. What is happening?
Yo, what's good? You know, it's been a tough week, but we're getting there. Glad to be back here on Gaming Delays Weekly.
Ha ha ha. I love it. Yeah, dude. It's exciting news week. We got a lot of delays, a lot of announcements, a lot of things happening. So yeah. I'm now I'll tell you what though, not much new games coming out lately, dude. It's a little weak in that aspect. But
true.
You know, a lot of announcements. You been getting into anything, playing anything, doing anything fun?
Yeah. We talked about it a while back. So over the Christmas break, Epic Games gave away Death Stranding as one of the free games. And that's something I finally just had a little bit of time to download and get into. I recorded maybe 2 hours worth, and I feel like I'm just getting to the part of the game where it really opens up. But there have been already like several key moments in this thing where I'm like, WTF is going on? This is insane. Okay. It's definitely the like Hideo Kojima movie quality game.
Are you enjoying it?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I haven't really gotten into the tediousness of the long travel. I'm still in the stage which is more feeling like a tutorial, I guess. But I think I've just gotten to the part where I'm going to have to deal with all these little things people were complaining about when the game came out.
Gotcha. Yeah, dude. So many people say it's like a masterpiece. And I'm happy that you're getting into it because I think... you know, I really want to get into it again soon, but you could just tell me when it gets shitty, and just so I have a fair warning.
All right.
Are you gonna put out some of these like gameplay content wise?
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Yeah, at least for the first video. I like to do those like my first experience with the game videos.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out and seeing all the WTF moments that happen in it. What I haven't been playing much, dude. Like I haven't even gotten into my VR lately. I've been so busy with work, and by the time I get home, I'm just tired. That's the one bad thing about the VR thing, you know. It's like you gotta like move around and do shit.
Oh yeah.
But I have continued to play Fortnite, and as we're recording this, the new season starts tomorrow. So I'm very much. This is like the first time I'm getting into it, like fresh as like as a newbie.
Oh yeah.
And
so, can you explain to me what's going on in your video you posted of it? Like the sky is opening up.
I don't know. Yeah, dude. So that was new. That was brand new. Like a rift opened in the sky, and the thing that was like there used to be like this giant machine that was like this, this rift, like a portal type looking thing. And that was exploded. So I like that they do this. This is all new to me. As I'm reading more about it, there's like lore throughout Fortnite, and there's reasons this happens and all this stuff. And I'm jumping into the movie right in the middle, so I don't know much about the previous lore. But the next one, like they've shown teasers, and it's like Fortnite Mega, and it's like this huge like cyberpunk like Japanese like looking thing, and it looks ridiculous. It looks so cool. So yeah,
it sounds cool. I like to imagine like the lore of Fortnite is then Baby Yoda force choked Goku to death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And Geralt comes in and he's in a hot tub, and then
Indiana
Halo
Jones watches from the corner.
Exactly. Yeah, it's such a crazy just mix of characters, but that's what's fun about it. I got an emote that does like the shout dance a little bit louder now, you know that thing. It's fantastic. So yeah, it's these are sentences I've never thought I'd be saying. I used to, regularly make fun of Fortnite and all the little kids playing it. It's a great game.
Yeah.
I eat my words, man. It is a great game. So, yeah. Should we get this show on the road?
We better.
All right, let's talk about some new releases from last week. All right, new releases this week. We are scraping the bottom of the barrel here. I don't know, man. Just my thought, I was like looking at these, I was like, this is it, huh? Monster Energy Supercross 6 came out March 9th for PS4, PS5, Xbox One XS, and PC. Now, I've never played the first 5. Do you think I'll be missing out on the lore of Monster Energy Supercross?
I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
there's a lot of flavors of Monster, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, are they all in this? That's a good question. So this is it's dirt biking. This is for a niche audience. I'm sure that every big fan of dirt biking and motocross and supercross has had the first 5, and this looks like more of the same. You got your career mode, your freestyle, track editor. You got to get sponsors and bikes and all this stuff, and then there's racing. Right back at it. Jeremy McGrath, he's in it. You remember him?
No, I know Travis
Pastrami on Rye,
something like that. Yeah, Travis Pastrami.
Yeah. Do you are you into the motocross, supercross? You get into any of that stuff?
I used to like the games a lot on like PlayStation 2, ATV Off-Road Fury, and the dirt bike versions of that and stuff.
Yeah. Those I think are probably a little bit better. I feel like those are like larger track races. This is like indoor lap racing. I don't know. It doesn't look great to me. But you know who you are, and you're excited for this game. And then the other game we're going to talk about, DC's Justice League Cosmic Chaos, came out March 10th for all the systems. When I first saw this listed on the list, I looked at it and I'm like, all right, we're not talking about this game. And then I looked at the other things that were coming out. I'm like, there's nothing else coming out. Let's talk about this game. Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. You could pick as any of those 3 characters and battle bad guys in a game that looks like it's supposed to be Lego, but it's not.
That's exactly my take on it too.
Yeah.
It looks like it could have been a Lego game. It looks like it plays like a Lego game, but It does change it up in an interesting way that I think stylistically might make it worth playing even if you played all the Lego games, because this will be a little bit different at least.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the same kind of thing that you battle from the same kind of angle. There's puzzles to solve in each level. There's 2-player couch co-op, but like you said, the look, it's like a cell shaded animation kind of thing, and it looks really cool. It's super, super bright. Everything pops. Superman's he has a rainbow trail when he flies. So it's just lots of
characters
colors.
They're like chibi style. Everything's a little more cutesy.
Exactly. And I thought, as I'm watching this, I'm like, it's definitely not a game that I'm going to buy. It's $50, first of all. But if it comes to Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, my son and I will absolutely probably have a blast playing it. It's like one of those. So, yeah. I don't know. And maybe there's some DC super fans out there that are really excited for this one. Because, some DC games aren't coming, very soon. But we'll get into that in a little bit. So yeah, those are the 2 major games that came out this past week. If there's any other games that we missed, let us know, because it didn't look very good. Hopefully next week we'll have some more exciting things to talk about. All right, let's move things along. Let's talk about our news of the week. As we do every week, we talk about our subscription game information. That was the worst name that I've had yet when I just randomly. Game Pass Minute. That's what specifically today. The March
Game Pass
wave.
pause.
Ooh, Game Pass pause. I'll flub that every time. The first wave of March games for Game Pass was announced, and they are Guilty Gear Strive, Dead Space 2, Dead Space 3. Those are available on the cloud, available now. And then Valheim, finally coming to console, March 14th. And then Sid Meier's Civilization 6 on March 16th. And Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom, the Prince's Edition. Holy shit, that's the longest title. That comes out March 21st to Game Pass. So, not the best one of these announcements that we've done, although I know a lot of people are hyped that don't have a PC that have wanted to play Valheim, myself included. I've wanted to check that game out since I've watched early gameplay on Fruit Lab. It looks really interesting. Have you tried it?
I've not. I've watched some videos of it too, though. It looks a little bit like Rust, like a survival game, but maybe Skyrim era or something.
Yeah, it looks super hard, and but I like the look of it. The gameplay looks pretty cool, but I could definitely see you getting into this, dude. You love any of those things where you gotta craft things and manage things, so
base building and things like that.
Yeah. So that one, it looks fun. I'm excited to get that one. In even bigger news, the what's leaving is an insane list. So March 15th, F1 2020, Goat Simulator, Kentucky Route Zero, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Paradise Killer, Undertale, Young Souls, and Zero Escape, the Nonary games, are all leaving Game Pass. So I don't want to understate that. We're getting a handful of meh games, and a good selection of really quality games are leaving the subscription service. So, it's worth paying attention to. I'm subbed up for like another year and a half, so I'm good. Yeah. But
I'm pulling the trigger off and on, just depending on if there's a game I want to play on there, just to make it last a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's smart. It's like renting a game, Remember when that was a thing? You ever do that?
Oh, yeah.
Blockbuster Video or something? You rent a game for a week for $10. Now you get a whole hundreds of games for $9.99 a month or whatever it is.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if you ever had this experience, but I know a lot of people went through the same thing, renting Super Scope 6 for the Super Nintendo, but they never gave you the stupid gun you needed, so you just wasted your money.
Nope. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm far too young to have done any of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what a Super Nintendo is. Are you talking about it like a Switch? Because that's all I know.
Fortnite players,
Exactly. Us Fortnite kids, man. We are just children. All right. So that's the Game Pass games first wave announced. I'm sure we'll be talking more subscription games next week. But while we're talking Game Pass games, let's talk about a big future Game Pass game. Starfield finally got an official release date. But it wasn't what everybody was hoping for. So initially, Starfield was supposed to come out last year. It was going to be on November 11th, 2022, like how Skyrim was November 11th. 11/11/11. This was going to be 11/11/22. That didn't come through, obviously. And then they kept saying first half of 2023. But now that's not happening. We got the official date, September 6th. Put it on your calendars. That's when Starfield will get here. They had a kind of just a tiny little teaser trailer, just a cinematic showing the release date, but then they had a behind the scenes thing with the director Todd Howard talking about what they're doing and what they're going to share, and they showed little snippets of the game there, little things on people's desks and stuff like that are playing in the background, and it looks like it's going to be good, man. It looks like it's going to be worth the wait. Hopefully, I'm gonna knock on wood here. and hope for the best. So we'll be seeing more of it June 11th. There's a Starfield Direct coming out, and they're saying there's going to be it's a deep dive into the game and everything about it. So what do you think? You excited?
Yeah, I hope with all this extra time, this is like the least buggy Bethesda game that ever comes out. But we'll see.
Does that exist? Is there a? I mean, I guess the way you put it, yeah, the least buggy game.
Yeah.
There's
not a high
it wouldn't
bar.
be a Bethesda game without a whole bunch of random bugs. But you're gonna play this one, right?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really don't even know what it is. Is it first person?
I think so.
Okay.
We saw a little bit of gameplay so far, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it was.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Those games, again, I talk about every week. Games like specifically the Bethesda games, give me anxiety because they're so massive.
Oh yeah,
it's
impossible to do everything in that game. Not a completionist kind of game.
I need to break myself from that. The where I'm like, okay, got to do this side quest or get this thing or collect all these things so that I could just go through and play a story and enjoy it, because I rarely get to do that.
Yeah.
So I got to get hypnosis or something. You should hypnotize me on the next episode.
I'll try.
Yeah, this will be fun.
That'll be a new recurring segment.
But yeah, that's so September 6th. I'm sure the June 11th episode of Gaming News Weekly will have a lot more to talk about regarding Starfield. But until then, just keep your pants on. Or take them off. I really don't care. Whatever you're more comfortable doing. All right. Well, we're talking delays. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, just announced. Well, yeah, it's delayed again. It's frustrating.
This is just the way the industry is right now.
It really is, man. So this one, it was supposed to come out May 26th, and now it's coming out later this year. That's as much as we got. So, a lot of speculation behind why this was being delayed, but Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, he reported the delay and says that it is entirely just to fix bugs and improve aspects of the game that were lagging behind. And it won't overhaul many of the core gameplay that had led to a large backlash from people after the Sony State of Play, where we saw a lot of the information. So I know, you and I were hyped for it after that. A lot of the world was not. They saw it as a games as service type thing, live service game, and were like, where's our single player story game? We don't want this bullshit costume stuff. So so there was speculation that they're gonna revamp, retool the whole thing, but that's not happening. They have this, it's almost done. This game's made.
Yeah, we're talking polishing and some bug fixing at this point, probably. Yeah, nothing huge, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, I can't imagine it. But hopefully it is just that, and then this one comes out and it's the least buggy Bethesda game ever made. That's just going to be a quote. I'm just going to say that about every game, whether or not they're from Bethesda.
There we go. So we've talked about it a million times, but we don't want buggy games. We don't want crunch on the developers. We want happy developers making happy games. So it's probably a good thing that they're delaying it. I just wish these companies would stop announcing it so much. That's completely on them. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't, but that's the problem. The pre-order thing where the incentive to get these pre-orders in, it's just I don't understand it. I've never been one to pre-order games. Way back in the day when you're getting physical copies of games and you need to ensure that you're going to get a copy of that game. But now that everything's digital and you have to pre-order digital and stuff like that, what is the point?
Yeah.
I don't know. Every once in a while, maybe they'll give something cool away for pre-ordering, or if you get in on a beta or something, I'm one to do that. I'll pre-order a game so I can play the multiplayer beta early, which I'm thinking about doing for Diablo, which is coming up soon. They got a beta coming out for the pre-order people.
Yeah.
So, but
That's a big
otherwise,
that's a big
yeah,
debate too. There are people out there who say like never pre-order. You're just giving them the excuse to give you crap games. I don't
yep,
know. Some games I plan to buy, and if I plan to buy them, I don't mind pre-ordering them, especially if they come with something like a little throw-in gift
yeah,
for you, DLC.
exactly. Yeah, like if you're certain you're gonna get a game regardless of any reviews, um, then yeah. So I don't know. This one, like, I'm still very, very hopeful for a quality game, but if it comes out and there's reviews saying that it's garbage and it's just a repetitive mess, like, then and I probably won't get it, or I'll wait for a sale or something, But
Yeah.
I definitely do want to play this just based on the story. So hopefully they could polish it up and make it real nice. All right, this is where you cue Imagine Dragons singing that one song. Um, Believer, because that's what we're talking about. The Believer Company. This is a new studio formed by Riot Games, like heads, like big names at Riot Games. People that created League of Legends are now behind this Believer game studio, and it seems pretty cool the way they did it. So they they came out with this studio and had already secured $55 million in funding right away to build its team and start its first project. And I thought that was very interesting. It was just kind of like, hey, we're a game studio. We already got like all this backing money, and now we're gonna make this next gen open world game. So, the team behind it, it's possible. They could do
Yeah.
it. If anybody's gonna do it, it's these guys. A lot of years in the industry. So, um, yeah. What do you think about Believer? Are you a believer in Believer?
Yeah, like Riot Games hasn't really steered me wrong yet. I really enjoy what they're doing outside of just their games for like content creators. I use a lot of music that they've done sort of on the side of like YouTube's audio library. They came out
Mm-hmm.
with a bunch of tracks that you can use for free, and they're actually pretty decent
Oh,
stuff. So I like Riot. I like what they're doing. They are, I'd assume, a big investor in Believer. I know that their name is listed amongst
yep.
the people who were funding in the Series A funding of the 55 million. Just don't know how much each of these companies contributed, but
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So they said they're working on this next gen game, anchored by an original IP, with stories where player choices matter. We've heard that a billion times. And do they ever really matter? No,
Yeah.
they never do. So I don't know. We'll see. But and then gameplay systems that bring players together rather than pushing them apart, which I thought was an interesting thing. They said that they're working on a model that focuses more on binary vertical progression. Oh wait, no. Models that focus more on binary vertical progression force people apart. Like you're on level 60, your player's on another friend's on level 1, and he says we shouldn't be playing together until I pay down a material volume of gameplay debt. It's the quote that he said, which is a weird way of saying that. You got to play more to get caught up. But he's saying now they're excited to build systems that don't expect 100% engagement from everyone. We love the idea that our more casual friends can join and still have a great time. So that's cool. That's a necessity in some of these games, dude. Like I tried,
Mhm.
playing like Elden Ring. Like friends of mine went hard in Elden Ring when it came out, and I was like, oh hey, now you can help me with this part. But like you have to be within a certain level, area for that to play. And I'm definitely a much more casual gamer in that I'm playing a whole bunch of different games usually at once. I'm never like super super focused on one. So I
Yeah.
like this idea that like, I don't need to be going as hard as some other people do when they, game comes out, they're level 100 and I'm just like level 10. I got kids, I got a job, I can't always get in there. So I think that's a cool idea. And then also they're talking about how, kind of like what you mentioned, focusing on more than just the games. They said truly great content franchises are not built with a single media type. They need to resonate with their audience across games, film, television, collectibles, real world interactive experiences. brought to life across every platform. So that's very cool. They seem like they have their ideas in place. They got the funding. Now they just need time. So this is all brand new. We won't hear anything from them for a few more years. So yeah,
That'd
I'm
be pretty
excited.
cool, though. Yeah. When the game comes out and there might be like a companion Netflix series that comes right alongside it. I mean, that's what I take from that with the influence of Riot,
Sure.
League of Legends, and
Absolutely.
Arcane.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. They could do all that. Yeah, and I think it's a great idea. All right, pause the Imagine Dragons song. We've got to move on. I know you're really vibing out, you're jamming out to that song, but spring is coming. Soon we'll be able to leave our homes, touch some grass, venture out there, and we won't need to do it alone. As of May 9th, we'll be going everywhere with our Peridot friends. The new game, the AR mobile game, we've talked about it before, from Niantic. Peridot is coming out. Finally, we got a release date, May 9th. We can go out there with our little weird creatures and meet random strangers walking around. Who doesn't want that? You know what I'm saying? Other weird nerd people with tiny AR animals. And we're like, hey, does your tiny AR animal want to do sex to my tiny AR animal?
Yeah,
and we'll form.
There's the best part. You can breed your animals.
Oh, you love it. Yeah. So, yeah, it's happening, dude. I had some questions if we would ever see the day. And we will.
Yeah.
May 9th.
Yeah. So just a reminder, Niantic is the company that made Pokemon Go. So this is going to be pretty similar to the way that worked with the AR. It's just that there's not going to be like a battle component to it, which is some of the newer information that came out along with this release date. My question is going to be, what am I breeding them for if they're not going to like gain some stats or fight or something? But we'll see. I'm definitely going to download it, give it a try.
Yeah, I mean, according to this, they're just your friends. Here's a little bit of rundown of what the game is. It is says this is Niantic's David Holland, the creator director for Peridot. He said that every player's pet will be 100% genetically unique, inheriting genes from parent dots that define their color, characteristics, and other cosmetic traits. Players, known as keepers, will need to keep their dots happy, healthy, and loved by feeding them, playing with them, and taking them on adventures. Ultimately, keepers will breed their dots with dots from other players. Unlike the collection and battle focus of Niantic's Pokemon Go, the developer is pitching Peridot as a charming, comfy game that delivers all the joy of raising a pet without the mess. So there you have it. So you can pre-register the game now through the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. And then if you play the game during the first 2 weeks after its launch, you will get a launch exclusive party hat for your tiny little creature.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah.
But I'll give it a try. Like, I'm not against it. It's just I want a little more of Monster Rancher. That's the game I fell in love with as a kid, for breeding them, fighting them. There's a reason behind it all. I'm not looking for a digital friend. I'm not looking for that creepy Pokemon sleep video they showed where you're waking up with the Pikachu in your bed.
Do you think like you have to be in the same area with people to breed your dots? Probably. Like, can I?
Yeah, it seems
you think ours could? Yeah, I want ours to bang it out.
Hard to
see
tell.
what our child would look like.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a great idea. VPN that. So yeah, May 9th. I'm sure we'll do an entire episode just about what our dots look like.
Yeah.
Mine did a poop. That's what I'm going to say. Do you think they're going to have like really colorful poopies?
I hope so.
We can hope.
I hope you can breed the color of the poop out of them.
Oh yeah, or just just brood they don't have to poop at all anymore.
There you
go. I'm working on that and on real life IRL.
In the lab,
trying to create animals that don't poop. It's not going well. I'll tell you. They just keep exploding. All right, let's move on. Sometimes So we got these new IPs, Peridot, and all these other ones that are getting delayed. Sometimes just a good sequel is all you need. Like a squeakquel, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, the squeakquel, but in the game version. So let's talk about some squeakquels. Counter-Strike 2 is possibly coming this month in beta form. They're switching things up. Source 2 engine. Do you know what that means?
No.
No, me neither.
There's Counter-Strike Source. I know that exists, but beyond that.
Yeah, so that was one of the changes. So Source 2 engine, and it's going to have 128 ticked servers. Don't know what that means. Updated matchmaking. No clue what that means. And more Counter-Strike. Have you ever been one of those guys? Do you ever get into Counter-Strike?
Nah, I'm too new to the PC era.
Dude, that's one of the games I love watching because it looks intense. But I don't.
But it's basically Valorant, gameplay wise, right?
Yeah, but it's more like grounded in real life, and you have to like have like team formations and like do like this stuff. Valorant, there's like I think people have powers and stuff like that. I like that more. But this one, I would never be good at it because I Leroy Jenkins the shit out of that. I'm always just like running in at the first to die. Never goes well. Cities Skylines 2 is also that was just announced. It says it's a modern take on the city building genre. It lets players create and maintain cities that come to life like never before, complete with fully realized transport and economy systems, a wealth of construction and customization options, and advanced modding capabilities. So we didn't really get much information about like when or anything else, but that was newly announced. That's another one I've never really got into, like those management games. I'm not good at them. I played SimCity back like on the first one. And
I think this is supposed to be sort of like a spiritual successor to SimCity.
Yeah, people love the first one.
Yeah. My buddy was gushing to me about how much he's loving City Skylines right now. He's playing the first one. And the very same day I saw City Skylines 2. So I got to break the news. That was pretty cool.
Dude, I didn't realize that, like, because you keep seeing that, like, so I think it just recently came to, like, Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, one of those things, and I was like, oh, cool. That game's like 8 years old. Like it's been out for a long time. People still love it.
I think I remember seeing it on like Xbox 360.
Yeah, crazy. And then Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. That is another sequel. 16 years since the previous Dragon Ball Z game. This is a fighting game. We got a teaser trailer for that. Showed like just a real tiny bit of it. No announcement for release date or anything like that. Are you a Dragon Ball Z guy?
Not really, but I did play the hell out of Budokai and Budokai 2 on PS2.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, this was new to me. I've never... So it's like just a straight like fighting game, like a Street Fighter type thing?
Yeah, a lot like that.
Okay. Cool. And then another one, I know the one you're excited for. We got a gameplay trailer for Dead Island 2. This one comes out April 21st. This gameplay... It looks insane. I wasn't planning on picking this one up, but now I think I may because it looks so fun. It's so insanely violent. I could not believe. So like they added the flesh system so that like the damage like really shows like on the zombies where you attack them, you can dismember them and like do all these different things. Like it looks crazy.
Yeah. It looked like, all the satisfying ways that a lot of other games have done it right, like Red Dead Redemption 2, when you get up close with somebody with a shotgun, you get special animation where you blow them to pieces. But it's sort of like that with zombies. It looked like you had all these different weapons to choose from. You could like time it just perfectly and aim just perfectly to get like a little red circle, which meant you're going to do a more powerful attack. It might be a special animation to it. It looks good, though.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. That one... The gameplay trailer finally, because before then we had some comedy trailers, some cinematics and stuff like that. Saw a little bit of gameplay, but this like more deeper dive into the gameplay, I was like, it looks like a lot of fun, man. Because it doesn't look it's obviously it's got the horror element of zombies, but it's more about like you're the powerful one in there and you're just going through and just smashing everything. So
yeah.
all right, that was the sequel Palooza rundown, and let's move on to our last topic. Are you a game dev or have a game that wants to be published? Well, now you can easily pop that right there on the Epic Games Store. I don't know how easy it is, but you have to go through like these qualifications, these certifications to get your game up there. But bam, right away, 230 million users, 88% of the revenue from your game sales, right through the biggest game store there is, Epic Game Store. This is brand new. It's exciting. I know a lot of indie developers and stuff like that are really hyped to be able to just pop their brand new game right up there and have the world right at their fingertips.
Yeah, and some of the features here, it kind of made me question what they're doing currently or what they were doing before this. But I know that there's a lot of games that definitely could be up there that aren't. Like they have Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 that they gave away, but Car Mechanic Simulator 2021, I think is the next one in the series, isn't on there. And I'm wondering if maybe this will make it easier for developers of even existing games to get their stuff on Epic too, which I think for PC gamers is a really positive thing, because if you want to find a game on sale, sometimes it's not on sale on Steam. Maybe it's on sale on Epic instead, and vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah, so I know this is like, it's cutting out, I mean, it's doing what a lot of other types of media are doing, and that's getting rid of the need to have that publisher or that agent taking care of it. If you could self-distribute, self-publish these games, and on one of the biggest marketplaces for PC games, yeah, boom, why not? It's great that it's happening. Like you said, though, I don't know what the qualifications were prior to this, but I know based on tweets and stuff like that this has got a lot of people in the industry excited. So very cool to see. Good guy Epic out there, just doing what everybody wants. All right, I think that's all the news. We've done all the news, touched on every single piece of news out there, right? Did I miss anything?
I think so.
We did it. All right. Thank you so much for checking out this week's Gaming News Weekly. My name is Erock the Red. This here is Full Clip. You can find us over on Fruit Lab, playing video games, posting amazing video game content. You can also check us out on YouTube. I'm at Pop Culture Playground. Full Clip is at GameFAQs, GameFAX. Or you can find him on Twitch, FullClip_FL, just playing Death Stranding. Are you Twitch streaming that Death Stranding?
I haven't yet, but I might.
Yeah, that would be a good one. You see like little creepy babies and sludge monsters or whatever. That's all I know from the trailers. And then, yeah, if you want to listen to the audio version of this show, you can get it anywhere podcasts are found. Spotify, Apple Podcast, Yahoo. Do they do podcasts? I don't know. I don't even know. But I bet
you play us on YouTube and turn your screen off. That'll work.
Yeah, or just tell, I'm not going to say the person's name, but it starts with a A and ends with Lexus. And she will play this show for you if you tell her. You know what I'm talking about. And then go check out our TikTok. You'll find all the best parts of Gaming News Weekly there for your instant gratification. For those that can't sit through a whole show, getting all this. You need instant gratification, or while you're pooping or something like that, bam, TikTok is where you want to be. All right, anything else?
We're good.
All right, let's get out of here. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.